Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Fiaura, and welcome to something we haven't had in a little bit, of Versus. Last time we did this, it was the LAV 600 versus the, well, Centauro 120. And the 120 in my book wins, but some of you prefer the LAV 600. Well, today, we have should you buy the PAC 90 or the Zhalo-S? Now, I'm going to go over these two vehicles, how they are distinctly different, and you guys are going to see some live stream footage from PvP of both of these vehicles, performing well under their ideal circumstances. And I'm going to do my best to convey their playstyle to you as best I can. I need to check and make sure, yeah, he's an autoloader, and you are not, I do believe. I do believe that this gunner is also a loader. It is. So, that is something to take into account. But let's talk. That means that having the Tier 5 crew isn't going to affect their reload or their damage per minute. It will affect their aim times, but you guys will see some things about these two vehicles. So, for a start, the alpha damage on both these vehicles, exactly the same for their Sabo round. However, for those of us who enjoy heat rounds, such as me, the PAC 90 has them. The Zhalo does not. The Zhalo-S does not only has HVAP, which gets higher normalization than standard Sabo rounds, and high explosive. And we're going to compare each of these down to the wire here. So, the PAC 90 does get the Sabo round, which has the higher penetration by 25 points. However, this Sabo round only gets 3 degrees of normalization. That means from the angle of impact is reduced by 3 degrees, whereas the HVAP round is reduced by 5 degrees. So, the extra penetration almost cancels itself out unless you're getting a flat-on shot anyway. Something to take into account. Next, damage per minute goes to the PAC 90 hands down. PAC 90 fires faster and does more damage per minute, especially when you factor in that at Tier 4, a lot of vehicles, except the T64, don't have composite armor. You can fire heat rounds liberally and do heat levels of damage. Which, to show you, the heat shell average is 378. That means your average damage per shot goes up by 76 points, and your damage per minute increases drastically to over 6,000. Or not quite, it's not quite 6,000, it's close to 5,500. Your damage per minute goes up. Something to take into account, something to factor into your brain, that you're going to be doing about 5,500 more damage if you're spraying heat and penetrating every round. But remember, the heat round is slower, so you have to have a higher skill to lead targets and get the shot in on the target. Now, the next thing is hit points and armor. The PAC 90 has better armor and hit points, but remember, these are Tier 4 tank destroyers. They're thin-skinned anyway. It is very, very rare that armor will factor into your survival, but those extra 50 hit points do give you an edge in terms of living. In addition to this, neither tank has an armor retrofit slot available. Now, the PAC 90 can load all, I believe this is a universal and 2 firepower. Yeah, it's universal and 2 firepower. So the PAC 90 can load 3 firepower retrofits. In theory, you could load the PAC 90 for pure damage with a chrome barrel liner, experimental propellant, and a magnetic actuator, and rely on alpha damage, which would bring your 378 heat round up to about 450 average shot. Or you can load it up like I have for sheer reload, which brings it down to 3.76, which means you actually reload faster. I think you might actually reload faster than my ERC, and it's one of the fastest guns in the game. Let's see here. Yeah, you actually reload faster than the ERC and have a higher sustained damage per minute than the ERC at Tier 5. The Zhalo can't say that. Zhalo cannot say that. However, what the Zhalo does have going for it is it has a technology slot. And this is important. This is really important because while I have mine rigged for the engine cooling, because I'm really aggressive with mine, a lot of people prefer to sit back with theirs and rig it for spotting. And if you do this, you get into the utility mechanics. The Zhalo-S has a 35.9% camouflage rating that can be increased all the way if you throw Sabrina on it, which is going to knock your DPM down, and then you throw on your camouflage paint, you can get this thing's camouflage rating all the way up to 42%, which is ridiculous. That's the Swing Fire's level of camouflage, which is ridiculous. It's almost over. It's actually kind of overpowered and unbalanced in terms of camouflage, because it means you have better camouflage than basically AFVs that are supposed to outspot you, which is stupidly ridiculous. However, the thing to remember here is that the moment you move, that awesome camouflage rating plummets. So as soon as you have to move, you're going to get spotted. The next thing is it's a wheeled vehicle. It takes longer to get up to speed compared to the tracked vehicles. Kind of sad here, but it's the truth. You have a higher top speed than the PAC 90, but you have a much, much slower acceleration, even though I have my acceleration buffed. I also have my turret rotation buffed on this one. That's because, again, I like to get in close, and therefore I like to be able to, aim at my target. Now, the PAC 90 has you beat hands down on gun depression. This is the Zhalo-S. Your optimal depression angles on the Zhalo-S, the actual ability to get the full 8 degrees is going to be entirely reliant on you being able to point the turret off the side of the vehicle, which means that you have to expose yourself in very interesting ways and maneuvers to get that kind of angle to shoot with. Whereas the PAC 90 is just 10 degrees in any direction. My preference is towards the PAC 90. It just has better characteristics to me, and the heat shell is irresistible. However, I know a lot of people like the Zhalo. Fair enough. But Zhalo has better spotting range and better camouflage. End of story. Zhalo does not have a better depression or higher damage per minute. It does have a quicker aim time, but it also has a slower turret. Even with my turret traverse speed upgraded, my turret is still slower. And since I'm a wheeled vehicle, hull traverse does not really help me when turning, because I turn in big circles instead of turning in place. That means if someone starts flanking me, I am likely not going to be able to get my turret on them, whereas with the PAC 90, I can get my turret on them. But this is where the advantage of the Zhalo comes in. If you're doing it right, your Zhalo is moving full speed anyway. And doing 60 kilometers an hour in a long turn gives you the advantage that you're very difficult to hit while you're trying to spray rounds back at somebody and kill them. And you have a very high rate of fire gun with a 300 penetration. Probably going to be penetrating your targets as you shoot them. Just saying. Now, all of this said, the two vehicles have very distinct playstyles. The PAC 90 is much more a mid-range slapper, so to speak. You need to stay close enough to the targets that your heat shells don't have a hell of a lot of time to get there, but far enough away that you're not going to be spotted after every single shot, or that you're not going to be spotted before you fire. Whereas the Zhalo, since it only has HVAP as its primary weapon, basically just sits as far away as it wants and keeps firing. In effect, what you end up with, even though I like to play my Zhalo a little more aggressive than most people, you end up with the Zhalo being the campier of the two vehicles. The vehicle that stays very far back and just kind of peeks. Also because of its wheeled location, its worse gun depression, and if you start looking over the rear of the vehicle, the even worse. And the rear of the vehicle actually starts counting once you, by the way, Guys, once you get past this box back here, this line, that anything behind that's the rear of the vehicle for gun depression purposes, so you won't have as much depression. Now, when I look at silhouette-wise, the Zhalo, to me, has another defect. These two hatches up here and these two hatches can cause critical hits. This vent on the front can cause critical hits. This vent on the rear, this radiator system back here, all of this can cause critical hits. It's much more vulnerable to taking damage. Whereas the PAC 90, nothing on the front will actually cause you to take a critical hit. It's when you take a hit on this bell top here or in the rear door that you'll receive crit hits. The other place you can receive crit hits is the turret ring, whereas the Zhalo doesn't have an exposed ring. You can't actually hit the turret ring in order to cause a critical hit on this machine. Another thing to factor in is because of the lower positioning of your cannon compared to your commander's hatch, people will spot you because of your commander's hatch. And I've actually killed a couple people very dirtily by shooting this commander's hatch up here because this hatch counts as part of the main body of the tank. It is not a partial damage hit. So I have actually, because the Zhalo can't see me with his gun, but I can see this little hatch, I've actually popped a couple of them. And it's kind of a dirty little move. I've actually popped a couple of these by shooting that hatch back there. So, the next thing we're going to actually look at is their HE rounds. The Zhalo's HE, just to give these things a full comparison, the Zhalo's HE round has a penetrating hit max of 373 and an armor penetration of 16, with a maximum hit threshold, meaning the maximum amount of armor it can hit and still do damage is 86 millimeters. Meanwhile, the PAC 90s has 2 more points of max end damage, an additional 2 millimeters of penetration, and 30 millimeters more of armor it can hit and still do damage. So when it comes down to ammunition being fired, they're kind of at an impasse on their Sabo ammunition. Because Zhalo gets better normalization, and the PAC 90 gets flat out better penetration. However, the Zhalo has the inferior high explosive round and lacks the heat shell. Whereas the PAC 90 has the heat shell for extra damage in case you're facing enemies with limited armor, such as anything doesn't have composite armor, tier 5 or lower, which there's a lot of vehicles that have that. And has a superior high explosive round for when you need to HE someone. It's more that guaranteed kill when someone's below 50 hit points with the PAC 90 than with the Zhalo. However, the Zhalo, once you get it up to speed, is much more maneuverable, harder to hit, better camouflaged, and better view ranged. There's your advantage and disadvantage spectrum right there. So, now that I've said all of this, I'm going to show you their two different play styles. I'm going to show you an aggressive Zhalo, and I'm going to show you a kind of middle road aggression PAC 90. So you guys can see the two different play styles between the two vehicles. I'm going to say this, though. I don't really camp in my Zhalo. I do some sniping and some setup with my PAC 90 before I dedicate to moving it in, because I know I have a very low top speed for an unarmored vehicle, meaning with the Zhalo you can get in and out of bad situations. With the PAC 90, once you're in, you're in. You can't pull back out. It's too late, bud. So you have to make that. The PAC 90 requires a lot more judgment call. But I feel the PAC 90 also has the higher skill cap, meaning higher skill levels will be rewarded more. But it will become much more difficult to get to those higher skill levels. Anyway, let's take a look at them in PvP from some live stream matches, and then you guys will be the judge of which is better. The Merkava 2B should be a tier 5 tank. Just flat out. Should be a tier 5 tank. And we didn't ask for the Merkava 2B. We asked for the Merkava 4, and they give us the 2. And we're like, no. And you don't put that. You don't put an all steel construction vehicle at tier 7.
Where should I actually go on this map in my Charlotte?
Hun? This is not World of Tanks. There are not quote-unquote spots on the map that you go to.
I know, but there are spots where you can be more effective, Lord. I have seriously no idea. I'm just gonna go MBT corner. Why should Merc for 2B get tier 5 and not 6? Ooh, back 90. Let's see if I got shots.
Identify. Hostile tank.
He stays there despite the fact he's being shot.
Damn, missed. Hey, actually, I'm not retarded. Team. Ah, no, that's not bad. A good deployment.
Trying to figure out what I can do here.
Alright, I'm
PAC
not gonna do
90, I'm
that
not
anymore.
the Zhalo. I'm not stupidly fast, and I know it. And I don't know what's around the corner. So a reckless push is not a good idea.
Can't really do much at this time.
If you got high explosive, I would just start HE derping things in the face.
Oh yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Just don't even like aim, just fling the round and hope it hits.
Don't get us next round.
Direct hit.
That
We
was
should
dumb.
load some more HE then.
I usually carry about 8.
Yeah, I carried 4, but I should actually carry more. Because the reload is just shit.
Hostile tank. Mark.
Oh
Reload's
shit.
not that terrible.
12.62 seconds. I am not retrofitted for reload. Actually, the only thing that is made for reload, that has got a bit of reload, is the... I did that!
Target down. Go, 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 go.
It hates me.
Ammo up. Hostile tank. Mark.
Ooh,
Target hit.
let me go mid.
Close direct hit.
Love how the Artie was let. Oh, that was the Artie. That wasn't. I thought that was one of the main battle tanks. That was an Artie.
Alright, pushing this D64.
Load heat.
I'm just gonna do a drive-by then.
Load saber.
Alright, going in.
Wait. Alright.
Well, if the Fox would get out of the way.
And 400. He's dead.
Loader. Sabo.
I missed.
Oh shit.
Incoming Artie.
Fine.
Target locked. Target's gone.
Ah, for fuck's sake, I missed.
You might have missed, but I got him.
Alright, I'm gonna go mid.
Loader. Sabo.
Apparently not.
What? Is this
Apparently still not. Good God. Auto aim fail.
That thing is made of selenium.
Loader. Heat.
No, it just I missed one and bounced the other one, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
come the fuck on.
And I auto-aimed one of them. That was also a bad move. Hey, the Type 80. Finally I can get some
Almost.
revenge.
Load safe. Target destroyed.
Got him.
Nice. I'm, no. EMP2. He's dead.
Bob nailed it.
For fuck's sakes, why does everything die before I can shoot it?
Load heat. Ammo up.
Ah. Everything dies before I can shoot it.
Load heat.
Fiaura, stop being good.
Lol.
Those are the best matches.
Huh. Ugh.
Identify target.
Why the hell did that...
CC.
Holy shit, he's behind me. Oh,
Problem solved.
fuck you!
In your dreams.
God damn it. You've an answer on everything, right?
Maybe.
Also, Rabbit. Captain Caveman.
Hello, clone. How are you doing?
Also, I'm almost done with your present.
That's good to hear.
But it's a lot of copy paste. Why do you upload so many videos?
Probably.
Someone just said, Sharma's back. Well, I never left.
Actually, what's going to be entertaining to me is the variants of the Sherman that might be implemented. The 13, I want my 1390 just so I can run around as a little tier 2 or tier 3 going, I'm going to auto load your ass away.
Yes, that's what I want.
I'm actually a bit hyped for the AMX 30, because that thing is quite possibly going to have a 20 or 30 millimeter.
Do you know
second gun.
No, it's not. No, it's not. The game is not yet implemented to allow secondary guns that fire at the same time as the primary. So you would either fire the 105 or you'd fire the 30 mil.
Fiaura, I mean like they did with the BMP3.
Yeah.
It's still not likely to happen because they've not implemented the is it 20 or 30 millimeter cannon on the MBT-70?
Yeah, they haven't implemented
the
cannons on the. Most of the tier 5 plus MBTs also have coaxial guns.
Why am I going here? Give me a
but
moment.
what I want to see implemented is the.
Oh my gosh! I just encountered a bug. There is a 0 reload time between my two missiles.
Huh.
It's literally 0. Oh my gosh.
What I would also like to see, especially if it still has the auto loader, is the Egyptian Sherman.
Oh yeah, with the 90mm.
The Egyptian one with the AMX 13150 turret, 105 turret mounted on top of it.
Yes. Oh, I've seen that before.
Yes, the Egyptians mounted.
Careful, Snap! 13... When that smoke clears, you were going to be spotted.
Yeah, I got this.
Identified.
Alright, I'm going to. After some shenanigans, I'm actually going to try to play. I now want to use my just discovered bug in some battles. I'm gonna play this thing for at least 2 more games. I want to know if this is really a bug or just visual. Then we get some spots in.
Ricochet.
1P front.
The silos is a death wish. Dude, you keep moving in front of me. Don't.
Bounced.
I fought the 1P.
He's firing his missiles instead of his cannon.
He's an idiot.
Rush.
I can't rush. Almost bumped.
Without running into people.
Almost. This Silos is an idiot.
Ow!
Got it for 413.
There goes my missile. Reloading. Yep, the Silo was an idiot. He just ran into. Yep. Your casual world armored warfare player. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna have to go with him. I'm gonna have to go with him.
Yeah, you have to. Let me try if I can give some backup. Wow, he actually got lucky that Sheridan moved. Otherwise he was dead.
Just to let you know, the Sheridan on your red team, he's only just started playing.
Oh, wow.
How do you know?
How do you know? Because I'm on that team.
Oh, you say he's
wow.
Oh yeah, hi Eddie.
Did I just kill a noob?
No, there's a Sheridan literally only just pulled out of our base.
Ooh, I can use my missiles.
And he just drove into a concrete bunker.
Oh, there he is.
Should I feel bad?
Yes, you should. Oh no, there is a visual bug.
Eddie, am I kicking puppies?
I'm not entirely sure.
Where the fuck did my smoke go? Oh, my smoke didn't
the swing fire doesn't have a turret, so it always fires
really
forward
confused
to
by
the
that.
vehicle.
Also, it seems the 0 reload is a bug.
It's still 2 seconds.
Yep, it just shows for the wrong.
Should I feel dirty about what we just did?
No,
I feel filthy.
We should.
no, it was an idiot player.
We should maybe use more swing fires. We need more swing fires.
We need more swing fire.
We need more swing fire.
Alright, you saw both of them in action. Which one do you prefer? You know what? Let me know in the comments. Let's leave some comments here. Do you guys prefer the Zhalo or the PAC 90? And why do you prefer that one to the other one? And this should also give you an idea of which tank destroyer is right for you. Because they have very different playstyles despite having very similar stats. Anyway, that's going to be everything for right now. I would really appreciate it if you guys would blast the like button with your 85 or 90 mil, depending on which one you went with, and blow it to Kingdom Come, because every time you guys hit that like button, that helps out the channel. Believe it or not, it does. And if you want to see the previous Armored Warfare review, it's right there. Go ahead, go take a look. I promise it's something that might help you pick another vehicle you may or may not be on the fence about buying. If you'd like to see more stuff by me, Fiaura, there's a big subscribe button. It's red. I hear orcs love slapping those red buttons because it makes things go faster. So if you want to see more stuff by me, hit it. Lastly, if you want to support my channel, you can do so through Patreon, and I would appreciate it. It also is the only way to become a moderator for my live streams, is to show that you are invested in the channel more than just the average viewer coming by and leaving comments and talking to me. Also, I'll reply to all of your comments when you give me the reasons and justifications for why you like the Zhalo or the AMX 10P PAC 90 over whichever one you went with. Or if you can't donate and still want to support the channel, you can click on the ad at the end of the video and go check out this video's sponsor. Who knows? You might find something you buy. I don't know. In the meantime, from my house to yours, this is Fiaura signing out for right now, and I will see all your lovely faces next time. Bye bye, guys.